Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Paul, of course. This is Swahili for Africa. I think you already know what is this because you definitely took your chance to come to our channel now. So today I want to just discuss with you a few things, and I've been trying to observe exactly what is going on with our people. I mean, Black people in general, whether it's those who are in Africa, on the motherland, or those who are on in diaspora, I can possibly say. And what is wrong with Pan Africa in general? So that is something I want to address today. And it has been like the past 5 years, at least you can say, there have been some kind of shift in all of this, and people are coming to the point that there is a situation or something wrong. What am I saying is what? One is that African people, we are too divided on penny things, like just small things that we can obviously be able to resolve. We are divided on those things, and we keep fighting with each other instead to fight our enemy. And most of us don't even know that we have a common enemy. That is what I'm trying to approach. Now, a few days ago, I was listening to one of the people that I love to listen to. I have learned from him, and his name, I think, is Professor Black or something like that, or Black Authority, something like that. So it's a YouTube channel I've been watching for that, like at least maybe 5 or more years. So he's been around pretty much. But anytime there is a case of Pan Africa, they say that they claim, this is a claim that but before I go there, let me tell you that me, I'm not Pan-African in terms of practically. The way it's been practiced, I'm not. But in the ideologically or what is supposed to be, I am. So I think you need to understand that definitely not Pan-Africa in terms of how it's practiced. So, but the way what is supposed to be to like to liberate Black people, to make them feel like they are human, to fight against slavery, Jim Crow, or any other oppression, any other dehumanizing have been taking place to African people, African descendants, or diaspora. I mean, Black people ending colonization, economic colonization, culture. Like defending culture. So I think most of Black people will agree with that. Now, when it comes to how is it practiced, obviously, I don't support that. I think you have saw my campaign when I was talking about to actually to close the African Union, because I strongly believe that African Union is an PSYOP institution that it works to undermine the unity of Africa and the well-being of Africa, to put Africa first, the best interest of Africa. I think that's what African Union is doing nowadays. You found that anything has to do with African Union, they say it's Pan-African, but you found out Chinese are inside. Who also the Ukrainian, the Israelites, the British is inside, the the Americans are inside, the Japanese, Russians, everyone is inside the African Union. So I don't feel like African Union is presenting Pan-Africa at all, but on paper, they always quickly put Pan-Africa on it. Anything they do, even though it's against Pan-Africa, it has nothing to do with supporting or like advancing the well-being or the economic emancipation of Black people globally. They always say Pan-Africa in those things, especially the current government of Ethiopia. They really like to use Pan-Africa for something that is not even relating to Pan-Africa at all. So that's the reason why I don't really subscribe to Pan-Africa anymore. Now, But when these my fellow brothers and sisters who I love definitely, when they are talking about Pan-Africa, they say that he could not survive in other countries with Marcos Garvey, so that's why he came to America, and then he cannot survive outside of US, which in some degrees is true, but also some degrees not true. Why am I saying this? Because remember, Marcos Garvey actually was destroyed by this US government, but also people who destroyed him were Black people. They never want to take the responsibility of like Du Bois, what he did to Marcos Garvey, whole way to undermine him, whole way to the United Nations, whole way to the Liberia. I think you guys, you know that, but they always say that Pan-Africa could not work outside of US, which is some degrees true, but also they don't say that it was Black people, member of Black people here, or you can possibly say Foundation Black, however you want to say, it was them who actually destroyed Marcos Garvey. So not only that, last time I was listening to how Black people, Foundation Blacks are like happy to what is happening to the Somalians, and I'm like, guys, chill out, just calm down. Why is that? Because obviously, who really destroyed Somalia? Because before Somalia was destroyed, it was not that many African people who actually came to this. I mean, there was not that many Somalians who came to this country or this this US. There was no Somalians in US like they are in Minnesota today. Before Somalia was destroyed by the US government. And if you can remember, there's someone I love so much. He taught me so much. He was African American, of course, of Foundation Black. His name is Steve Cochrane. Steve Cochrane. I think you guys, you have saw him. So there was one video he was talking about. It's called Africa 93. If you can search that on YouTube, you'll be able to find it. I think I will add the link in there so you can hear that. So when he was he was talking about how the government of Bill Clinton invaded and destroyed Somalia. African American who are talking today, they don't want Somalians here, or they call them scams and whatever it is. They were very quiet, nothing. They didn't say anything, you know. So they said there was Black people in U.S. military that went and destroyed Somalia. They were Black people. They were among like white people, of course, but there was also a member of our Black people community. Someone sent their son and daughters to Somalia to destroy Somalia. So when we talk about, hey, these Somalians got to go back to the Trump used S-hole country, and I'm like, hey, just chill, because it was US that destroyed Somalia. And people don't want to discuss that. Somalia is a shit because someone destroyed the country. Before that, Somalia was a decent country. I think you know what I mean. It was a peaceful country, at least, if there was not a lot of development going on, but at least the country was peaceful. So if you don't want Somalian culture in Ethiopia, in the US, so you should not destroy the country. If you want them to go back, then you need to pay reparation to build the country you destroy. If Trump is a very nice one, he wants to kick out all Somalians, even those who have a citizenship, yeah, he can do that, but he must build the country, because it was this country and the United Nations destroyed Somalia in 1993. I think everyone knows that. But when these black people, especially these African American, they talk, they only see that the Somalians has been so aggressive and rude to black American, which they are, because I used to work with Somalians when I would come to US. That was back in 2007. Man, I never see some discriminating. I don't even know how to say that, but I never see people who are very discriminatory like Somalians. Very, very bad, like so bad that I could not even I can't even. I don't know which word to use to describe that now. But is that means they have to be treated bad? No, absolutely not. They do their own things. Who care? But before someone disturbed them, did not come here to this country. They did not. They were not Somalians like this much number in any states before 1993. So if you really want to talk about that, if you did not, you said nothing when your government, which you are a member of, I mean US government, when it was destroying Somalia, you were mute. You didn't say anything. I don't know what exactly they were looking for there in Somalia, but definitely must be something, because they will not go there for nothing. So when they were doing that, you said nothing, right? You said nothing. So then sit down and live with the Somalians here. Let them practice the Islamic things. And this goes across to the white people and black people or anyone in any country in Western especially that who think that the immigrants or the Somalians should be in Somalia. No, they cannot be in Somalia because they destroy the country. So that is one thing I want to answer. Now, when it comes to Pan-Africa, absolutely, I think that Pan-Africa has failed. Miserable. I put this in my book, Radicalized Pan-African, that because it's not successful anyways, everyone knows that. And I don't think there is even a way we can bring back Pan-Africa to the table and, and try to revive it, because it's been infiltrated with like some funny people who always think France is the best country, more than thinking that Black and Africa is the best. People, China is already inside the hallway, so you cannot even remove that. And the Arabs, and it's just so connected to something that is not supposed to be connected. So Pan-Africa is actually a joke now. Is not something that we can think of for in terms of liberation. And that is why I always say that just let's create something new. Let's come up with something that we can accomplish, which will be the best. The best things is just three things, in fact. One is United States of Africa. We just united, because if you want to be powerful, every country that is powerful in this world is united. Is those countries like Russia is a federation, is very huge country, as you know, and big population. China is the same thing. Is a united. It's not a one country. United States of America. So every country, even England, is a united country. Is not one. So if we want to be able to survive as Black people in general, to be respected and our dignity to be recognized, we just have to unite. So that is the first one. The second one is the ownership of African natural resources and identity and culture and history and pride of our people. So it has to go to both of us. Not only it has to be shared across line. Not only for African who are at the continent, but also for all of those who are outside of Africa. So Africa for Africans at home and abroad. That's what I'm trying to say. Now the other one is, which is the last one, which is very important. It's race first, and all this comes from my book as well. I have said. Race first is something that we definitely don't get to understand. People are here to hustle for their own best interests and so on. And then at the end of the day, the people are here for the ethnic, they are here for the religions, whoever it is, maybe they are here for the economic. the ethnics, the countries, so-called countries, because we don't even have countries. And then, so at the end of the day, we really don't have much about our race. No one put our race first. We want to get a jobs. We want to be this and that. We want to finish our schools, to graduate from schools, and so on, and buy houses, and making our movies and videos and documentaries. But we don't really want to put our race first, because we don't. Africans don't think we are one race, anyways. But at least we should think about that, because we are one race that is on the bottom of everything, whether it is those the African diaspora or African at home. We are on the bottom of everything, so we don't really have much. So, but now there was also another question raised on how Somalians voted for Trump, and I think I have to address that too. Yeah, I know Jason Black. He did tell people. I was following very well that time. I was in Africa, in fact. That he was telling people that to not vote for Trump nor for Kamala Harris. I strongly believe that he said that, and he pushed that. In fact, I think he created he said, coach, voting for coach, which means you sit home and then you let it play by itself. So whoever votes for Kamala Harris or vote for Trump, that was not the message he gave to people. He said, don't worry about that, leave that alone, vote for to not vote. And I think that is a very good strategy. I wish that that is something that most of people were told, especially Black people, because we've been prayed in this country for many, many years. Either it doesn't matter if you are immigrants or you are foundation Black, we are being prayed to vote for Republicans or Democrats. At the end of the day, the war continued. The Congo still be decided. Our people here in this country, 80% of our young people are in the prisons. They're not coming out. It doesn't matter whoever we vote for. The situation is still the same, but not forgetting in South America, in other countries, how we are mistreated. So that was a good message, actually. Thank you so much for Jason Black. That was very good message. I wish that it was picked up by many Black people, as many as we can. I mean, African here and African immigrants. I mean, African America or Foundation Black and African immigrants, but I don't think that was the case. Now, but the Somalians are not the only ones, not the only Black people who vote for Trump. There is so many other Black people who vote for Trump. I have friends of mine who were actually praying for Trump when he lost the election. That was 2020. It was 2020 when he lost the election. They were praying that he come back in office. I think he come with the Capitol Hill things. Anyways, so there is so many Black people, not Somalians only, who vote for Trump, but also there is so many Foundation Black who vote for Trump as well. Yeah, so I think that is also something we need to understand. There were some Foundation Black who voted for Trump. They were maybe not that many, but there is definitely many of African American Foundation Black or our brothers and sisters who vote for Kamala Harris. We know that because they were singing, they were promoting her. So at the end of the day, Kamala Harris lost. So we don't know what she will have done. Maybe she will be doing even worse than Trump. But those who vote for Trump, Trump won, and he's deporting them, which is what he said he was gonna do. So he's not doing anything that he didn't tell people. Please don't get twisted. So I think the whole thing is that what my suggestion to my fellow African American or Foundation Black and our fellow African immigrants who move to US or any other country is that we do have differences. I don't think you can deny that. We do have differences. And I was living in Ethiopia for the past 5 years. I saw how crazy these people are with ethnics. Very insanity, so bad actually. And then how crazy they are with Ethiopians and Eritreans. That's another thing, you know. So we have a lot of differences among ourselves, but we also have one common enemy, which make all these things possible. Because obviously the reason why ethnics are very strong in most of our countries is because our countries are very poor, my friend. This is the whole thing. The problem is because our countries are too poor. That is very poor. That is so like too bad in fact. So when people don't have anything, they turn and they start to eat each other. So that's why you see there is across African countries there is issue of ethnics fightings. Like in Ethiopia, it never end. In fact, there is always Oromo and Amhara and Tigray fighting. In Nigeria is the same thing. There is Igbo, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, and all of those kind of things. They're always fighting. For that reason, I think one thing we need is to look in our economic, the best interest of our economy, our systems, and if we resell our natural resources, and that includes human resources as well, on better markets, I mean, like on fair price, I don't think we have this much of ethnic conflicts in Africa. But if we don't fix our economy first, which Jason Black, he loved to say Black empowerment, which I definitely believe that if we don't fix that, apparently our ethnic conflicts will always come back and hurt us. Our colonizers, preview colonizers, those who enslaved our people, those who stole our people and make them slaves, and don't even want to pay for reparation. I think I need to touch on that too. They will always use our poverty, our lack of of resources to enslave, to use our people to make us fighting even more and more now. So what is my take on reparation? I think this is something that most of Black people are not addressing very well. So I strongly am not from here, as I already said, my accent can even tell I'm immigrants, but I'm 100% sure that support that African America or Black Americans need reparation for whatever happened to them. If someone did something inhuman to them, it has to be paid. Okay, there is no argument on that. Okay, either way, so it has to be paid. So for me, if I was gonna talk about reparation, I will not talk about reparation in the U.S. because I don't really have. I cannot present that because that's not my area. It's not mine. So if you need to know about reparation, join Liz Islam, join Jason Black, join what is his name, Dr. Umar Johnson, join people who are from here. My friend like Eugene Tafford, they can definitely break down for you about reparation. But if I want to talk about reparation, then I will be talking about Congolese reparation. I will be talking about Kenyan reparation, Tanzanian reparation, South African reparation, Namibian reparation, Nigerian reparation, Senegalese reparation, the Benin reparation. I can talk about that, the Sudanese reparation, South Sudanese reparation, Uganda reparation, Burundi reparation, and Rwanda. I can talk about that because that is where I come from. That's where I definitely know about it, and not only that, I know how we are living the consequence of that. But I cannot talk about reparation in America because I don't. It's not my area. It's not that I don't support it. Don't get this wrong. No, I do support 100% that reparation has to be done quickly as much as possible. But I cannot speak about it like. like some other immigrants who trying to talk about topic that is not the issues. If someone asks me any question about reparation, I will always say that I do support 100% reparation, but I can give reference to people who knows exactly what was about the slavery, how mentally, physically, spiritually, culturally, identically destroyed people. So people like that, they can elaborate that. So I think that's what I want to share with you today. Don't miss my next live. I'm gonna be talking about the issue of Eritrea and Ethiopia. And then possibly tomorrow I'll be addressing Tanzania. I'll be talking about what is going on in Tanzania. As you already know, I do speak Swahili, so I understand possibly a lot of degrees what's going on in Tanzania and in that region. In fact, Congo, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Burundi, and Rwanda, Malawi and Zambia, Mozambique. You know, so in that area, I think I have some better information to be able to share. So as we always said, God bless Africa, Mungu ibariki Africa. Napenda sana ndugu watazamaji na wasikilizaji. Don't forget to find us on, we have a New Africa Network WhatsApp group. So please figure out how to join us. If you need to join, just shoot me a text message on comment. I will be able to offer this to you. But the next program is going to be definitely the issue of Ethiopia and Eritrea. In fact, I would possibly touch on Somalia as well, and Djibouti a little bit, and South Sudan, and Sudan as well. So that being said, Mungu ibariki Africa, Gzaber Balak Africa, Dieu bénisse Afrique, Dios bendigo Africa. God bless Africa. Asanteni sana. Ciao, ciao.